I'm Roy Cuevas.
And I'm Nicole Zayek. Thanks for tuning in to iPulse Live. It is February 27, 2025.
South Florida is at the center of the growing immigration crackdown. The latest headline this week, the Miami Herald reporting more than 500,000 Haitians in the U.S. face the threat of deportation in a few months.
The Trump administration is revoking an extension of what is known as temporary protected status. It means many Haitians living and working here legally under TPS now face uncertain futures.
Reporter Davin Travilvis sat down with Haitian community advocate Miguel Pierre to hear her perspective.
How is the change to temporary protective status for Haitians going to affect those in our local Haitian communities? And what are these individuals saying or their feelings about this?
Thank you so much. This is a very important question for me personally. This has a wide impact in the Haitian, not just the Haitian community, but with the Haitian community, if you're looking at it with the decision the administration just took, it's gonna be impacting those people who are living in the States. If you're looking at it with the political turmoil, with the economic challenges we have in Haiti, it's not safe at this moment for our Haitian, the people who are actually in the United States, within what's going on right now with them suspending that status right now.
Yes. So what steps should Haitian TPS holders take now to prepare for the future changes in the immigration policy?
The steps are, first of all, I would suggest anyone who are into that environment to get connected with local advocacy and make sure you contact a lawyer. There are different organizations that are providing supports. You want to make sure you stay informed, you are connected, and get the help that you need to get into that situation the way you should.
Yes. So what are your personal thoughts on the Haitian protective status being limited?
My personal thought specifically is that having those people who actually have no access to certain things, it's under pressure right now. The TPS, the protected status, again, it gives access to certain individuals from certain countries. Haiti was not the only countries that was provided that privilege. It's in this fight where families are gonna get divided. People are losing the opportunities of being employed, getting health care benefits, and that's not just it. If you're looking at it as a immigrant myself, when I came to this country, if I did not have access to legalization, I would not be able to earn my degree right now. So that puts our populations, that put our community, the kids, they in jeopardize in not being able to go to school. And again, the Haitian community, we had invested a lot within the U.S. economy. So my suggestion would be for the Trump administration as well is that they look at things over and giving people the chance, the opportunities to be able to do certain things, go to school, be able to stay together with the families. We don't want people to get divided because it does put a lot of stress on the families. I mean, who would want to get divided? You know, being a family, you want to stay together.
Yes, that is a great point. The Department of Homeland Security claimed that the TPS system has been abused and exploited. Do you find this to be true?
I do not think that is a true statement. And again, everybody, they have their own, they can talk and say whatever they want to. Because again, if you're looking at it with certain countries, if you're looking at Haiti right now with the political aspects, with the economics aspect, of it, and that it's not an environment where a human being would want to stay.
Yes.
As a proud Haitian woman myself, I love Haiti. However, I would not want to be in Haiti at this moment. So therefore, I'm putting myself in that same shoes and seeing those people who are here. And again, even the people who are in temporary protected status, those are people who actually have plan as far as having success, going to school, opening their businesses, and being able to contribute to the society.
One of the more talked about Oscar-nominated films is I'm Still Here. It's a Brazilian movie that focuses on the country's dictatorship during the 1970s. After that period, Brazilian leaders created the National Commission of Truth, its task to examine the horrendous crimes committed by the military. Our reporter Guillermo de Domenico talked with Dr. Anna Nemi, a professor responsible for writing a report on the regime's attack on her university.
Your full report for the Commission of Truth released almost 7 years after it was established in 2013. What exactly were your findings in it? If you could just list some that really stood out to you.
There were students and professor who was persecuted. So we find these persons and interviewed them to know exactly what happened. There was an armed fight against the dictatorship in Brazil. A very strong armed fight. But there were two professors who were against the dictatorship, but didn't support the armed fight against dictatorship. So what did they do? They protected students and colleagues. We had zero disappearance or death, but we had 20 more or less arrested and tortured. But the majority of the community didn't know what happened. They didn't know about the students who were arrested, tortured. Yeah? And we could tell them and invite these students to return to the school, to the university, to tell their histories. Because it was a very, very important work about memory and justice.
How important do you believe that learning about the dictatorship in Brazil is for college students?
It is very important. Teaching about the dictatorship. It's one of the most important things in Brazil today, because, you know, a large part of our society does not remember what happened. And I think it is because we failed to teach about dictatorship. And it happened because when we finished our dictatorship, we didn't finish it at all, because people who supported dictatorship, even responsible by tortures, they never happened to them. They were never brought to justice. And because of that, we could not tell exactly what was the dictatorship to all the nation. Especially in colleges. Especially, we call colleges the basic education in Brazil. So it was impossible for us to tell everything. We failed. So I think it's very important to do that now. We have in Brazil more than 400 missing and killed people, murdered people, more. And the families had not justice. The bodies was never found. And it is very, very important for us to bring justice to the families. So, but it's not a fight that we win yet. So this is a discussion in Brazil. That's why it's very important to teach about dictatorship nowadays.
And one final question is, so what are the lessons for a global audience that they could take from this period in Brazilian history?
I think there is an important lesson because unfortunately, dictatorships do not exist alone. Never, ever. So they always rely on external support, especially in our world of capitalism, because there are capitalist interests. So the Brazilian military dictatorship had support for the creation of repression, the creation of centers with torture from the USA, the England, the France. These countries is documented how they helped our dictatorship to organize torture. So it's impossible for a dictatorship to exist isolated. So this is important to global audience to know that there is no isolated dictatorship, never, ever. They always have support.
Thank you very much for your time. This has been very informational for all of us.
I thank you and apologize about my poor English.
No, it's completely fine.
We turn our focus now to the celebration of Black History Month. It takes us to Pearl City in Boca Raton, one of the city's oldest Black neighborhoods. Aeronautics went to the community garden there and talked with local gardeners about a place that is part of that rich history.
Pearl City is a historic African-American community in Boca Raton established in 1915.
This is a historic Black community. It used to house, from what I know, Black military men and their family and farmers.
Located in Pearl City is their community garden where people from all over come for serenity.
This garden was started, I believe, sometime in the early 2000s. The land that we're using right now for the garden belongs to Ebenezer Baptist Church, which is a historic church over here, and they were gracious enough to let us use this land for this community garden.
In the garden are fruits, plants, flowers, and vegetables that attract people because of the peace the area brings.
It's a really good place to be because it's very quiet and it's a lot of greenery here. We get a lot of exposure from Glades Road. People come here to talk to us about plants. It's a really nice area. I come here to garden for peace, and I collect plants and I study biology, and this is why I like gardening.
The city's legacy is still here today as a symbol of resilience. I'm Erna DeLeese for iPulse.
Now with your weekend plans ahead, here is Noah Barkley with the current weather conditions and upcoming forecast for Boca Raton.
Hello everybody, my name is Noah Barkley, and the weather this week is looking good. Up until the end of the week, it's a little bit questionable. There is a little bit of precipitation that might come in. However, right now, it's looking perfectly fine. Clear skies, as you'll see if you walk outside currently. There's a high pressure, two high pressures really, over Louisiana and a little bit into the Gulf. There's a little rain in the Gulf because it's a little bit more south of those high pressures, but regardless, it's like a brick wall between Florida and most notably South Florida where we're at and the Gulf. There's a little bit of precipitation, but it can't come over. Those high pressures are really going to block it out. Anything from Texas isn't going to slide over here either because of those high pressures blocking us from any of that precipitation coming from over there. As you'll see on the next drive, there's a little bit of precipitation that comes in. This comes in later in the week. This is more in the AM. The AM is going to have a little bit more of that rain. The PM, as you'll see on the 7-day over here, there's not going to be that precipitation. But the 7-day shows later in the week on Thursday, there is a 40% chance of rain. Over Friday, Saturday, Sunday right now, It's going to be bright, sunny. There's going to be a little bit clouds that come in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but that's really going to be leading up when the moisture starts to come in, and those high pressures do start to slip away. They're going to end up going a little bit more north, a little bit toward the Carolinas, but Thursday is really when they're going to be gone, and then it's going to bring along the opportunity, again, in the AM hours for any precipitation to come in. I'm Noah Barclay. Thank you very much. Back to you guys.
With a mix of exciting matches and a festival-like atmosphere, the Delray Beach Open stands out as a prestigious tennis tournament. It's not just the competition that keeps fans coming back, it's the experience. Reporter Delaney Smith and Lillian Carrion got the chance to attend the event.
Hello everyone, I'm Delaney Smith.
And I'm Lilian Carreon. Today we're at the Delray Beach Open.
Let's go check it out. Let's go.
The Delray Beach Open is known not just for world-class tennis, but also for its electric atmosphere, where fans get up close with top-ranked players. The winner of the tournament receives an amazing acrylic trophy made by artist Patrick Peace.
This is a coral reef made out of acrylics. When he designs it, he works with the acrylic and then he paints each of the legs of the coral reef. These colors are inspired on the logo for the tournament.
The Delray Beach Open isn't just a tennis tournament, it's a full-on experience. From music to food vendors and pack stands, this annual ATP 250 event has a very festival-like feel to it, even including vendors of small businesses where you can purchase their items. And now here's my colleague Delaney with more on why the tournament is so popular in the world of tennis.
Adding to the buzz this year is 4th ranked in the world and American favorite Taylor Fritz. He brought his powerful game and fan following to Delray Beach.
Taylor Fritz is who we're rooting for tonight.
Last year, Fritz won the tournament in men's singles, but this year he lost in the quarterfinal matchup. Along with him, professional tennis player Cedric Stanky was there, not competing, but assisting in warming up the tournament players.
They're always needing a warm-up before the match, like at least 30 to 40 minutes. And even if they don't have a match, they want to practice like 1 or 2 hours a day. So if they have a guy that is the same level, or at least almost as good as they are, they're happy to share the court with me, give me some good experience, how they are a little higher on the ranking than I am.
Like many others, Stanky is striving for an opportunity to compete in next year's competition.
Yeah, definitely crack that I next year come here and don't need to play qualifying. So that would be a very nice goal. I don't know what I would do without tennis. It's incredible. So it's my heart, it's my soul, it's everything. I love it.
I'm Delaney Smith.
And I'm Lilian Carreon for iPulse TV News. This Sunday, March 2nd, the 97th Annual Oscars will air on ABC. Earlier this year, Rachel Sennett and Bowen Yang announced all 23 categories live from the Academy's Samuel Goldwyn Theater in Beverly Hills, California. Reporter Ellie Nico has the story.
Live from Beverly Hills, California.
On January 23rd, the Oscars nominations for the Best Actor and Actresses were announced at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. The presenters were well-known comedians, Rachel Sennett and Bowen Yang.
Me and Bowen are wide awake. We have been up since 10 p.m. and between us we've had 3 Diet Cokes, an entire pack of cigarettes, and 1 Adderall.
And you get to guess who had what.
In the female category for the Best Actress, we have Mikey Madison, Cynthia Rivio, Demi Moore, Carla Sofia Gaskin, and Fernanda Torres. The male actors nominated are Adrian Brody, Colman Domingo, Ralph Fiennes, Timothée Chalamet, and Sebastian Stan. One nomination that surprised everyone was Demi Moore for her role in The Substance. Throughout her acting career, Demi Moore has never won an Oscar before. The Oscars will be handed out on March 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Elizabeth Nickel.
Wow, so many incredible films. With so many standout performances and talented filmmakers, this award season is shaping up to be exciting and competitive.
I agree. And of course, one of the biggest awards is for Best Picture. 2 of our iPulse reporters, Adam Hakimi and Lisette Guillen, gave their predictions on the winner. Check it out.
So I want to hear who you're going to go for first.
Who I want to win.
Yeah.
Conclave. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's just, it goes into such a topic that's so unknown. And as far as like, who the next pope is going to be, like, I didn't know there was like a voting process. I kind of thought it was kind of like a monarchy almost. And I thought Stanley Tucci did an incredible job. John Lithgow. And I just really loved it. And I'm so, like, I don't think it was nominated for Best Cinematography, right?
It was not.
Oh my God, that's such a, oh
Like,
my God,
yeah,
that sucks.
Over, like, Amelia Perez and
Yeah.
Maria got that over Conclave, and I'm kind of upset with that.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Conclave wins, but I don't think that's going to happen. But in my head, it will. I think it's going to go to The Brutalist because it's been winning a lot of awards. But I'm also scared that Amelia Perez is going to win because it's been.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's nominated for 13 Academy Awards. That's like more than
13.
Titanic and Gone with the Wind, which are all
I
great
know.
classics. And I mean, the singing is bad, the acting is
It's
bad. They
bad,
don't get like Selena Gomez. I mean, I love her in the show Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
But she can't speak Spanish well. I mean, get a Hispanic actress who knows how to speak Spanish. There's many actresses out there.
Yeah, I agree with Amelia Perez. That should not win. That really shouldn't win anything,
Mhm.
but it's going to win like 2 Oscars. I'm going to predict Conclave. I don't want to, but I'm going to
Mhm.
because it's a safe, like, Oscar voters will be like, it's a safe pick for Best Picture
Mhm.
over every other nominee. And who I'm going to pick Honora. That's just my pick. I want that to win.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just a fun time. I mean, like, for first 30 minutes, it's like having
All
a fun
partying,
time,
yeah.
partying. Second half, it's like chase, like uncut gems,
Mhm.
and then like final act, it's a gut punch, and
Mhm.
I think that usually would probably like resonate with Academy voters,
Mhm.
but I have no idea anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my pick would be Honora. My prediction would be Conclave.
Mhm. Yeah.
And the Oscar goes to Cillian Murphy.
That's our predictions. Thanks for watching. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Lynn University College of Aeronautics is making significant strides in aviation education. Leadership at the college saw a significant change in 2023 with the appointment of David Cohen as dean. He's a retired U.S. Air Force colonel with over 25 years of service. Dick Cohen brings a wealth of experience to guide the next generation of aviation professionals. Reporter Swanson Gibson Jr. has the story.
The Burton D. Morgan College of Aeronautics is one of Lynn University's fastest developing programs. Here, Lynn students gain in-depth insight and guidance regarding the various facets of aviation. College of Aeronautics Dean David Cohen, a 26-year commissioned officer in the U.S. Air Force, leads the next generation of aerospace professionals to success and safety.
One of the things that I think we do very well is not only do our students fly here on the flight line, but simultaneously they're going through classroom work for their ground school to pick up the basic knowledge that they're going to need to be able to succeed here at the same time. The students are going to show up for class over on campus. They're going to start to learn about aerodynamics. They're going to learn about some navigation systems, how an engine works, those kind of things. At the same time, they're now actually starting to work with their instructor, and usually within about the first 7 to 10 days, they've taken their first flight and then will continue to do so.
Cohen also talks about gaining a new fleet of aircraft and how they can improve the students' aerial skills.
So we acquired 3 additional aircraft, and as we did, we were sort of conscious that we needed to kind of span the breadth of technology. So some of the airplanes that we have in our fleet of 12 Cessna 172 Skyhawks have some of the basic, very legacy round dials for the gauges and the instruments on the airplane. It allows the students to now learn the very basics, start from scratch, and build up. Our more advanced aircraft actually has computer screens instead of these round dial gauges.
Several aircraft crashes have occurred throughout the U.S. within the past few months. Cohen shares how students can learn from situations such as these to avoid tragedy.
So we sort of look at any mishap, not just us, I think the aviation community in general, as a learning opportunity. You never want to have it happen, but when it does, how do we learn from it so that it doesn't happen again? I just talked to one of our professors, Professor Frank Ferrante, who has 28,000 hours and retired as a captain on Delta Airlines Boeing 747s. And Frank teaches one of our safety classes, and one of the things he'll do after one of these mishaps and the data is out, he'll have a conversation for a day or two with the students. Hey, this is what they've seen. These are the facts as we know them. What do you think? What would you have done? How would you have approached it? What things can we look at to change the situation?
What can incoming students expect?
First-class education. As we start to move forward here, we're going to continue to look at modernization of our aircraft, of the systems in our aircraft. We're constantly looking to bring in new students to figure out how those students are the best fit for the university. There's a lot of focus these days on simulation. There's a lot of focus on using virtual reality. Artificial intelligence is now moving into aviation as well. Those are going to be the really exciting things that I think are going to shape how aviation in general approaches the future, and specifically how we at Lynn University are going to start to look at it.
A multifaceted program soaring to the next level. Reporting for iPulse News, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
This past weekend, Lynn University held the 23rd Annual Lynn Fashion Showcase. This big event is produced by students and faculty. It's a huge showcase for the talents of Lynn students enrolled in communications, design, fashion, and hospitality programs. This year's show is dedicated to the Boca Raton Centennial. Reporter Lillian Carrion interviewed 3 of the principal fashion designers and had a chance as well to walk the runway as a model.
Hello everyone, my name is Lillian Carrion, back with another report for iPulse News. Today we're at the first day of the LFS fashion show at Lynn University. Let's go check it out.
The show featured professional models from New York and Miami. Christine Lynn, the chair of the Board of Trustees at Lynn University, was there.
Well, I'm looking forward for the fashions to be very popular, and I'm grateful for the models that are going to be modeling it, because I know they're very beautiful, and I'm looking forward to see what designs they're going to come up with tonight.
I spoke to the 3 principal designers, Terry Singh, Michelle Farmer, and Paulina Luna.
My collection is menswear. I do menswear, and my objective is to introduce a new look in menswear since we only have pants. The look is indicative of Eastern cultures, India, Thailand, and so forth, that they wear a sarong. I took that.
There's a surprise, maybe some people don't know, but I'm wearing one of your designs.
So I studied fashion history at Parsons, and I did a story on the flappers, because it was a time of change for women and voting, and it was a revolutionary time of fun at the same time. When I came across the fabric, I thought about, why can't a man also wear it, since a fabric doesn't have sex. It doesn't have to be. Men are playful, men are beautiful.
The collection is really about spring, and it's about color, and it's a very feminine collection. It's really beautiful, and it's all about the fabric and the construction, and really about making you feel gorgeous when you're in the garment.
Hoy venimos a traer una
Paulina Luna presents the Spring-Summer Collection 2025, in which the Japanese architecture stands out in each of her clothes and her inspiration as a designer. She focuses to give a conceptual detail by focusing this line by giving an introduction of Tadao Ando, which is the Japanese architect who combines elements where the light and the touch are experimental in a structural way. It is visible on each of the garments a touch of the natural light rather than the artificial light, and it creates a visual shock. Over the illumination of every detail, there is something that is very experimental, from the color range, all blue tones, and bright colors. This conceptual Mexican brand has accents and touches that make every piece of it very unique.
Students got the opportunity to do real-life professional experiences, from event planning, television production, photography, and design.
This has grown into one of our signature events at Lynn now, and it's just remarkable the creativity of the College of Communication and Design, the fashion program. It's over 260 students have been working on this program, from what I understand. I mean, it's a professional. It's going to be on their resume. I mean, it's dynamic, and you know better than anyone because you helped put this together. From the first idea of what this could be in this space to everyone coming together, the artistry, and there's so many creative elements that it's, I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Also at the fashion show was reporter Alison Wallace. She talked to the curated designer of 2025 for the event, Michelle Farmer. Alison gives you a front row seat to the energy, the talent, and all the hard work that it takes to make an event a big success.
You already know what time it is, the Lynn Fashion Showcase. Who's excited? Because I sure am. The beaming energy the show has brought this year has been like no other. Students and faculty members have worked in preparation for weeks in so many different aspects. This runway perfectly articulates the main theme of the showcase, which is the Boca Raton Centennial. Come with me to watch another spectacular show. Since you've been coming to the fashion show for over 20 years now, how would you say it's evolved, and what are your expectations for tonight's show?
Well, tonight sounds new and different with real models and big fashion, so I'm really excited to see something new and exciting and changing.
Me too. Let's go watch a great show.
Let's do it. I can't wait.
I saw you were a model tonight. You did absolutely amazing. How long have you been modeling for?
Gosh, I've been modeling for maybe 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years freelancing, on and off, I guess.
What made you start modeling in the first place?
I'm a ballet dancer, so I always look at myself in the mirror. So I like that and like creating body shapes. Plus, I really love fashion and thrifting, so I started like making my own concept shoots, and then I kind of got noticed from there, which was nice. Yeah.
Woman of many talents, I see. What was your favorite outfit that you wore tonight? Was it this one that you're wearing right now?
No. I loved the designer's outfit. It was very like funeral core. I felt very mystic and mysterious. I liked it. Yeah.
Well, I love the show tonight, and you did a great job. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How long have you been a model for?
I started modeling in 2020. It was COVID that really initiated it. Yeah, I was stuck inside and I just started looking at myself a lot more.
So you'd say COVID inspired you to start this new hobby that really turned into a career?
Yeah, for sure.
What goes through your head when you're modeling?
When I'm modeling, it's definitely nothing but modeling. Like there's nothing else on my mind but modeling and staying focused. When it's more like with photos, I try and imagine what I look like from the camera angle to best fit the needs. But like on the runway tonight, nothing on my mind but just finish the walk. Get to the end. Yeah, that's it.
So about the outfits you were wearing tonight, which one was your personal favorite and why?
I like the tank top that I was wearing, as well as like a green kind of skirt. I had like these really nice army boots, which is kind of give like a grunge kind of effect, which was really nice. And I feel like it was a little bit different, so it helped me be myself.
When it comes to modeling, what would you say is the hardest part about your career?
Believe in yourself is definitely the hardest part. It's a mental barrier more than it is a physical barrier. As long as you have the confidence of believing yourself, not only is that captured on camera, but then like people gravitate towards you, and you know you want to kind of receive the energy that you put out. So be as confident as you can, for sure.
I'm here with Terry, one of the main designers for tonight's event. I just want to start up with, I absolutely love your outfit. What inspired you for this outfit tonight?
A tuxedo. I wanted to have something that is elegant and I can wear instead of a tuxedo, but have the element of luxury and classiness.
What did you create for the models for tonight?
I think of all the types of personality we have as men, and then I create a look for each of that personality. And this way we can start looking at us as men as developing our personality and our characteristic within the clothes that we wear, as opposed to wearing somebody's brand and say, I'm Gucci or I'm something outside. This is an opportunity to focus and highlight our own individual personality. There's opportunity for us to embrace new ideas of what defines a man in terms of what he wears. Where is the challenge is to know that it's only happening in our mind. And so my work is to show you that the entire story that's playing out is only in our minds. It's not on the outside, and the clothes allows for that.
One last question. When it comes to your designs, how would you say your men's look stands out from all the other men's look that are out there right now?
I've been lucky that nobody else is really doing what I'm doing because it's easier for us to do it as an independent designer. And also, the look is really my life story, my own evolution into growing up, being 58. And if I want to change and I can do it now, I'm an adult enough to say I can do it now.
I'm here with Michelle Farmer, the curated designer for tonight's event. Your designs were absolutely amazing. Can you please tell us what was the process like creating all of those?
Thank you so much. You're so sweet. It took it takes quite a bit of time to put a collection together like that. It was really fun though, because it's all about color and beautiful fabrics. And so for me, it's always a pleasure working with things like that.
What was most memorable about tonight for you?
I think just having everything come together and just working with the team here at Lynn University was such a pleasure. We just had such a great experience with everyone, and just to have see the final show come together was really a fun experience.
Well, the final show with all your looks was truly incredible. And I just have one more final question. If you had the opportunity to be a designer for Lynn's fashion show again in the near future, would you take that?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
We love to hear that. Well, hopefully we could see you again at the next fashion show.
I hope so. I would love to.
I just wanted to start off with, wow, this fashion show is truly remarkable, like amazing. Can you please tell our audience all the involvement you've had with this year's show and how it went down?
Well, if there's anything that Lynn University does better than anyone else, it's creating these experiential learning opportunities for our students. So if you look over there, it's over 220 feet of runway, which is truly incredible. We're almost double the size of last year. So instead of buying, for instance, vinyl, 200 feet of vinyl, that would be very costly. It would be very time consuming. We thought of a sustainable way to do it, which was instead of doing that, we painted the runway. And again, just like the sticker project, the kids were inspired by the centennial of Boca Raton. And by doing so, by being more sustainable, it made the students more creative in the process.
Absolutely. Last year's theme was actually sustainability. So it's ironic and honestly incredible how you guys are still incorporating that now today.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the things that we did too is, I always say a sustainable mindset really makes the students more creative. And sometimes problems can't be solved just by throwing money at it. Well, you should throw your creativity at it. Another thing that we did is we printed these really cool larger than life scissors that are about 8 or 9 feet tall, right? So even the part that was cut out, the part that was left, we actually created 2 enormous sculptures from them that are now in Christine E. Lynn Park. So
it's truly amazing when it comes down to all the details with the scissors, the runway made by the students and faculty members. This year has just truly blown my mind away. What would you say was your most memorable moment from tonight's show?
I think the most memorable moment from tonight's show was just walking up here and seeing all of these individuals here from across Boca Raton celebrating creativity, fashion, and sustainability. And also, one of the things I'm really the most proud of is about using your hands and interacting with real physical objects. And this just reminds us how important that is in the digital world.
This year we've had a whopping 30 sponsors, 5 designers, and roughly 318 students involved. Thank you so much for joining me for an inside scoop of Lynn University's 2025 Fashion Showcase. We'll see you next year. I'm Allison Wallace reporting for iPulse News.
Wow, great coverage by both Allison and Lillian. The fashion show this year definitely was a hit.
Thank you for watching our show. We hope you all have a spectacular spring break. We will see you on March 14 when we come back.
Bye.